Welcome back, everybody. We are your hosts, Emily,
Danielle,
And Kaylee,
and you're listening to
Girl Let's Yap.
I forgot to speak during that, but that's fine.
I-
We're
it's
here.
fine.
I keep wanting to do it during your part.
We're still learning the intro after 10 episodes, so that's you get what you get here.
Goodness.
We could do it again, but we're not going to
No.
because
It's
we
late.
already filmed part 1 of this episode. So obviously you already have seen this. This is
Yes.
coming out
After that one.
now, and we're changing the date.
Yes. So you're on our new day, the first time of us releasing on a
Yes.
Wednesday. How do you feel about it?
How do you
Let
feel?
us know.
I like it. I love it.
We were just talking about country music, and now we're fully there.
hmm We've gotten in the vibe.
It's like crazy to me how much I've learned from my clients.
Mhm.
I was thinking about that. I was like,
I mean, yeah, we're
so
talking
many
about that
different
today.
styles. Like, I wasn't really a fan of country before, and now it's so catchy. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've learned some reggae stuff. Oh, it's so cool.
I need to branch out on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I knew some a few
So
years
cool.
ago, and then I forgot about it until now. And before we go any further, I think our concept of the episode, it's kind of just, we have some ideas that we're going to touch on, but we might tangent off, of course, as we usually do. But kind of just music as memory, how music impacts us, how we use music in sessions, just a kind of music of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Diving into our music and
yeah,
you know
you
how
saw
it's
Absolutely.
changed us. and-
Yeah. Part 1 of how music, affects us, and we answered some prompts, which was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to part 1, stop now. Go listen to part 1 and then come back.
Stop.
Stop
Don't-
what
Do
you're
you know,
doing.
wait, like the sound guy, when we were in Ocean City, I was like, wait,
Oh, the button.
wait,
crosswalk
oh yeah, the
button.
crosswalk button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I
I
did
was
that
I
too.
was driving with my mom the other day and somebody hit the button said wait, but there was nobody in the crosswalk.
How did you hear it? Were your windows down?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh.
nobody pressed the button.
Hello?
Who's crossing the crosswalk?
Kind of scary.
I know.
I just listed so many ideas before this episode, and now I can't remember a single one.
That's usually how it goes, especially in a second episode, because we pre-film.
Oh, we can start on well, I just learned we all have done it. So at NAS, at least, we had a psychology of music class, where in it we had to come up with, I guess, kind of like a life soundtrack, and we can touch on how we use those in sessions afterwards. But in our class, we had to kind of throughout our life, kind of starting from the beginning to where we are now, come up with a song. I think at least 15 or 10 to 20 songs is kind of what we had. Of and it could be anything. Everyone associates different meanings with songs, or different parts of their life with a song, and we can touch on that. And then Ellie said she did it too, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I did it. One of my first songs was Little Bunny Foo Foo. I don't know if you know that. My mom used to sing that to me all the time when I was a kid, and that has such. So I remember that as a kid, because everyone has different songs as a kid, and then just different songs throughout, and then I'm trying to remember. I know I added one to the end. During when we had to do this assignment, someone important in my life passed away. So I added along one of those songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I did The Dance, I think, by Garth Brooks. Because that was the last song they heard me perform. So
Devastation.
it was really hard. But yeah. But that's another thing of certain moments of it becomes so much more meaningful with us.
Yeah.
And when we go with clients, they may, have certain songs that they need to hear, because music is healing.
Well, and I think if you are in music therapy or just a lover of music, every single one of your biggest life moments has some sort of music attached to it.
absolutely.
It is crazy. Like,
Because
'cause
we
I
use it as coping mechanisms. We use it, I mean, like wedding songs,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it's ceremonial.
I mean, even in the grocery store,
Even
like
in the grocery store, yeah.
retail stores, you're always listening to music. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I think you and I did different life soundtracks now that I'm thinking of it. Because I think
Yes,
we
you
had
have
to
to do.
do ones like songs you would wake up to. Like
Oh.
songs.
I was gonna say like songs that make you like the happiest or songs
Yeah.
like when you're feeling sad.
But
like,
I
stuff
did
like
in
that.
my internship, we did life soundtracks with our eating disorder population.
Ooh.
So
I
we
think I
kind of
did.
got practice doing
Mhm.
that. It wasn't like super structured, but it was like kind of what's going on in your life now. What would make
Yeah.
your life more movie right now? What would your soundtrack be? So
Yeah.
'Cause I think we just wanted to
Yes,
say like
yeah.
we can use these like life soundtrack, however it may be. What's the word? Brought upon, made,
constructed,
constructed. I like that one.
Construct.
However it may be.
I knew what you were trying to
You know,
say.
structured.
how we can use it in sessions with to work on like just emotional social goals
Mm-hmm.
and work through some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, music
Yeah.
often in our sessions leads to like verbal processing. So, because sometimes a song says it better than you could,
Yes.
and it gives you the words that you need to be able to explain
Yeah,
what's going on.
I think I was saying that before. Like, I feel like the lyrics are the most meaningful part of a song for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it helps me express in the best way possible.
Yeah, I know like some people like make like sad playlists because they want to cry, and like some people I
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
Kaylee have,
I've
like
done that before.
or like because they just were like I just need to cry. Like I have
Well,
some,
like-
but like it doesn't always get me.
All of my playlists are based off of feelings. So like,
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like I need to like open up my Spotify and kind of explain it. Like
I'm
your
on my
library
iPad.
playlist. Okay. Chill pottery, right? Like this is
Yes.
like pottery music that I'd listen to in the pottery studio. Driving with the top down. That's like a very specific
I know you've been working on that one.
feeling. Scream singing in the car.
That's good.
That's yeah. Soul hugs. That's like somebody just like hugged me when I needed it. The music kind of just hugged me. Serotonin boost.
Okay.
When you need a friend. So it's like kind of like life situations and like but yeah, I don't like it's not mine's never like a faves or you know
that's kind of me. I
like
tried,
yeah.
but then I was like, I'm not. I have too many songs that I want to listen to a sad song, and then I want to listen to a happy song. I want
Yeah,
like
it,
I need to hear all of them.
shifts for me really fast. Like, I guess my tabs are organized that way. Like my guitar tabs. Like I have a theme for like sessions sometimes, but like yeah, I don't really have like anything in my Spotify that's a good idea kind of because it's like whatever you're feeling that day or that moment.
Yeah, like what the vibe is.
Yeah.
I mean, it also just shows like what your happy playlists could be completely different from
That's
like
true,
ours,
too.
and then we have to
That's
remember
true,
that with
too.
like our clients as well.
Yeah.
Because like what I think would be like a good dancing song could be like
Might not.
they don't even like it. Could be.
It might be,
You know, and like we've talked before of like contraindicated like music or like it could be triggering for clients. So like, you know, maybe it could be, you know, wherever and like that song is playing in the background and they subconsciously remember it. Maybe not a happy song for them.
Right.
Yeah.
So we gotta be aware of that.
Yeah.
It's hard too when your clients can't voice their music
Yeah.
preferences and you're kind of like yes, no, questioning it. Like, what did you think of that song? Did you enjoy that song? Did you dislike that song? Did you know?
Sometimes, yeah.
Because I think
Sometimes
we
it's
talked
hard to know.
before of like the nonverbal communication of it all, of like where we have to now be okay. Did their eyebrows move up? Was that like a I'm intrigued kind of?
Yeah.
Are they smiling? Are they, you know, are they dancing maybe? Like
are they stimming or what kind of stim is it?
Yeah, like
you know?
so like while they may not be able to tell us I like this song, we still can look at their body language and facial
brief
affect.
Yeah, that was like, that's the big thing. That was like the eyebrows or like the eyes or like.
Because usually
maybe
like
grinning.
Yeah, like an assessment, like depending on the client, we can always ask. Like we try and ask the client, obviously, like what are your favorite songs? If they can't, if parents are there, we can get parents because obviously
like
the parents are gonna know.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, I feel like parents are like,
whatever.
try whatever.
They like anything.
Yeah, they're like they love
yeah,
music. Try whatever, and I'm like, okay, that's great and all, but sometimes they might hate my song. So that's when like we try. That's the fun of.
If it doesn't work.
Yeah, like the fun of it.
Yeah, I mean,
is trying different music, and then all those tactics of like fully analyzing. So that's another thing of like the mental load of it all for us of like we're trying to figure out and still
well, and
actively
also,
do all this stuff.
We've talked about it before too, that like music is motivating, and so if you're not using the right songs, you're potentially not motivating your clients to succeed at their goals.
Because I can do my songs because I think these are motivating, but that's not helpful to the client. So still always being mindful of the client's preferences. That's what we always say, like, okay, we can pull from our favorite songs, but then what are their favorite songs?
Yeah.
So
there have been, I mean, many sessions where I've had to just whip out the songs that I listen to. And like, there was one specific one where my kiddo was having a bad day and we had to transition her, like reposition her during the session. And I literally just sat on the floor next to her chair while OT did whatever she needed to do and just played the most relaxing songs that I could think of, and the ones that like I know that like it was almost what could get me in the state to help her relax and also help her relax at the same time, you know? And so like I sat on the floor because I was like, she needs to be grounded. She needs a grounding force. So I'm like literally physically grounding myself.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I sang some of my favorite low-key, gentle music, and you know, she was able to kind of calm down throughout that. But
I think that's like the humanness. Like I like a human connection like we have as being music therapists. Of like we can pull from our experiences to know like, okay, in the past, like deep breathing exercises like this has helped me. Let's try it. It may not work for you, but we can have a starting point. Because I had a session kind of like similar where it like just dysregulation was like common. So we brought it all the way back to just simple breathing, and I would just do finger picking and like humming, and then we learned like to say her name. It was like really helpful, but like we're not even touching on songs. And then we finally figured out her songs that found her to like be relaxed was the just songs we always use in sessions that like wasn't necessarily a relaxing song. It was like an instrument song, but she knew it.
was like a comfort.
Yeah. So like she was it was a familiar song. So, and then she was able to like be calm.
Yeah.
Which was like nice.
I mean, it's really funny because like relaxing is such a subjective term, and like one of my kiddos once, his favorite song at the time was it Banana Boat?
Yes.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. And who sings it? What's his name?
Henry. Is it
Harry Belafonte? Harry Belafonte.
Henry. Oh, Harry Belafonte.
It's Daylight comes and you wanna go home. Yeah, that one. And like that's such like not a relaxing song, but like that is something that could easily ground him, regulate him.
The beat in that one too is so like.
There was like some other songs like the singing of her name. I learned that's what her parents had used. So like it could be like the parents or like someone maybe like that's what they sing to them, and like that's a self-soothing song. So,
well, and like we've said, I mean, every point in your life you've had music that has impacted you in some way, you know, and so to fall asleep every night if your parents sang your name in that way, like that is a huge like internalized thing. I mean, I have a song that my mother used to sing to me to get me out of bed in the morning, and when I hear just words of that song, I'm like, my skin starts crawling.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, if people could say that in conversation and then it like brings me back to that song and like my mother scream singing from downstairs to wake me up.
Oh, a scream sing. That's more understandable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you were a heavy sleeper, it seems.
Uh-huh. I could sleep through pretty much anything. So, you know, there's that too.
Mm. But I just had such an important point and I forgot it.
Oh.
I'll get there.
You will get there.
What else was there? I'm trying to remember. I know we wanted to like touch on like as well, like you see like in like hospice or like dementia care as well, like you'll often even without music therapy, like I feel like if just, a dementia patient hears like a song, suddenly
you can unlock things.
Memory. Like at NAS, I worked with a dementia group, and it was so cool. I knew this group had been coming to the NAS clinic for many years, so like they've established kind of what songs they liked, so I was able to pull from those, but I still tried some new ones of like general artists that they like. I knew like, okay, 50 to 60 songs they like, so I was able to pull from those. But some of the stories you would hear, like, because we tried to make sure we would just start singing. Like, we wouldn't really, like, lean into it. It was always, like, start the music.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they would just be on lock of, like, I went on, like, a road trip with my brothers and sisters. And, like, it would be, like, the one she wouldn't be talking until a song started. Then she would, like, light up. And it was so cool hearing, like, I had many of, like, I would do, like, themes. So I know, I think it was, like, a travel theme. And that's when it got brought up. And, like, I would have, like, after each song, I had a question.
Yeah.
And, like, I had a bunch of visuals. We had a presentation. And, like, so they would get to pick. And then they're like, oh, I went to the beach this one time. And, like, it was, like, with my family.
Yeah.
And then they get to, like, remember. And then I know one just had, like, a granddaughter.
Yeah.
And it was so cute for them to remember, like, their name. It was so amazing to be in that field.
There were older. There have been like 3 that still live in my mind. Well, one of them is kind of general, but I love it when I'll sing like Edelweiss or Can't Help Falling in Love, and you're with individuals who have dementia and they're like, that was my wedding song.
Yes.
And that always just like cracks my heart open. That like melts me. One, I think it was You Are My Sunshine, was the first song one of my patients ever learned how to play on the guitar. Might have been the only song they learned how to play on the guitar, or maybe it was their brother learning to play, but they remember it because they remember that in their home. And then another really cool one was I would do like traveling ones and be like, like leaving on a jet plane, country roads, take me home, country roads, and then like, where's the coolest place you've ever traveled? And I sang country roads one time, and one of the residents in the facility that I was visiting, she was from West Virginia. And she's like, that's where I'm from. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And so what was your favorite part about West Virginia? And she was a horse rider. So she like had
so cool,
all
like,
these
their
horses, like, and we could see her room. She's like, all those pictures are like from my horses, and I love horses and I loved riding, and I competed in this event, and I was just like, it's incredible. It's incredible to see what that unlocks. And you saw it happen once in your internship with me and Christmas music. Yeah. And there was an individual who really was kind of nonverbal at the time and had kind of been closed off, and we were specifically singing with her, but everybody was kind of around. And she was a Come All, Oh Come All You Faithful, I think was the song. And all of a sudden she's singing the words with me, and I was like, Danielle.
Yeah. It's singing. Really cool when like the nurse has kind of been like, oh. Like they kind of like, wait, you've never really spoken
did
really.
That. Or like, even if somebody's having kind of disorganized thoughts and speech and stuff, and then music, they will have like a coherent thought that they voice is like incredible to see.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot.
I had another thought and it just went.
Oh my gosh,
What?
girl.
Oh no.
I was
Get
thinking like still in like
together.
hospice and like older of like like oftentimes like the family will recommend songs or like they want to hear like certain songs in the end moments and then like hopefully like the family can take those as like happy memories, but like those songs still can be hard. So that's
I mean, I'm not even
It's-
gonna lie and tell you I haven't cried during sessions. I mean, I've like cried during end of life sessions with my clients, and I mean, that's human. It's being human, you know? And like, no, it's not okay to like fall apart, but it's
Yeah.
okay to like show emotion and, you know, show that you feel those things. 'Cause,
Yeah, I mean, you were basically there caring for them
Yeah.
for so long.
yeah.
They were a big part of your life too. Like,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. And I mean, I had in my most recent like experience with that, I had sang a song and I said to the daughter of my client, I said, the song is kind of sad. But I know we would do it all the time. Like we would do it almost every week. And she said, "No, it's good for her to hear it. She loves that singer." It was My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Good one.
So if you don't know that, go look it up.
I feel like everyone should know
Probably
that.
brought them comfort
Yeah,
in a
and
way.
yeah. And to know like, and I think I've said it before, but to know that your music may be the last time they're hearing music earthside is like so profound. It's so profound, and like I think we forget how much of an impact we have even in like the littlest things. You know, like sometimes I'll share a song with my clients' parents, you know, with my kids' parents, be like, "Oh my gosh, I think your kids would love this song," you know? And like that is just a tiny little thing, but like for some kids like, "Oh, you thought of me and thought to share that," or "Oh, that became one of my favorite songs," or um you know, the whole like doing music in hospice care, it's just like another level of care that I don't think enough people understand.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say kind of related, but on the flip side of like when like clients remember songs, kind of. I have so many kiddos where like it could be like I think we've been, you know, our book kiddo that you have little the Christmas one of like where we've been doing a song so often that like you don't think anything of it, or even like our goodbye song. We do like a "See You Later, Crocodile."
Yeah.
And like they, I swear, know when their 30 minutes are up.
Oh,
because
for sure.
I will just like they'll be start saying the goodbye song, and I go, okay,
They'll be
I
like,
guess
"Goodbye,
I'll leave.
goodbye." Yeah.
And that's like crazy, but like,
Well, and even like, excuse me, you know, we will rewrite songs to the melody of like Twinkle Twinkle, you know,
Simple,
Baby
familiar,
Shark,
familiar
simple
songs.
familiar songs so that it means something to them because it already means something to them. But to like accomplish what we need it to accomplish, we can rewrite that because it's already had its impact.
Yeah. I was just gonna say also I've had so many parents that will come back and be like, she was already singing this one song on the way in, and I go, oh,
they always say that to me too. I'm like, oh my gosh, or the teacher always say.
Yeah, I think that's why like music therapy can be so impactful because we can take like Twinkle Twinkle and like turn it into like a brushing our teeth song of like, because I think is ABC like to the correct amount of time, so like we could do something with that. We can change the lyrics because they already know the melody. Like we can do, I did like a calming and like reset song to This Old Man. So I think I remember I shared it with you guys. I go, I just had to talk to my cat, and somehow this song made its way out of my brain. So enjoy.
There was one really cool instance where we were in a session together, and one of our kids had built a box out of magnetiles and put like alligators in it or something, like some sort of little, I don't know, toy or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just had this box. And so I start singing a Sammy Ray and the Friends song. This kid would never know who these artists are, right? Like, he's probably never going to hear them and never has heard them in his life, right? But it's all about, I mean, it's called The Box. And so I'm singing the melody of that, like, you put the toys in the box and close the lid. And then there's like a refrain where it's like, ah, and so we would do that, and we changed it so the box was falling and opening. And so, like, my experience, like, led up to such, like, an impactful session for that kid, because they were working on their goals, they were participating, they were paying attention, they were, engaged with us and waiting for the music to happen. And like, a song that I love, fostered that for them that they will never probably hear. And so that was like such a cool thing for me. That's
cool too.
Honestly kind of the session that like influenced this idea for the podcast, just because I was like, I thought about that when we kind of talked about it. And
I feel like I've mentioned before many of episodes, like, music happens on both spheres of our brain, so that's why, like, we're able to target, like, all the domains.
Yeah, it engages every part of your brain.
So neuroplasticity, I think we mentioned before, like, we can rewire,
connections.
So it's really cool. Like, that's why we see, like, after like strokes or like patients with aphasia. I worked with one, I think she had apraxia instead, actually. She was so sweet. I loved my time with her so much. But it's cool to see it happening in, like, like how music, I worked as a co-treat with speech therapy on that one, and we did melodic intonation therapy. I actually created like flashcards, and it was like little dots. So like it would be like a dot and like a dot above and a dot. So it kind of be like following the pitch, like do do do, and like, so she was able to like see her inflection changing, and then like she was a lot more religious songs. So I think we I forget what song it was. Jesus Loves Me. That's another thing I'm going to come back on, of like religious songs. But like, because the speech therapist would work with her a little bit, and then I would come in, and you could see like she knew these songs before, so she knew, because with aphasia and apraxia, it's oh, sorry, just hit the mic.
Boom.
It's kind of like your reception or your comprehension. I forget the.
So aphasia is.
I keep hitting
girl.
the mic.
Aphasia is when you have trouble getting the words out. It's when you can't find the word that you're thinking of. And apraxia is when you physically have trouble making and forming the words with your mouth and getting them out.
So like she would work with a speech therapist a little bit, and then I would come in, and she already knew the song. So she knew what the words were supposed to be, and suddenly now she's able to say these words, and then she'd go back to speech, and there's like trouble. So it was really cool to see how the music was like, she knows. And like, that's why a lot of like, we did also like her like kids' names of like how they would like sing it in a song, and she was able to sing them as a song, and then they would work as like actually saying it. So it was really cool. But then my other point of like religious songs, we all have our religious beliefs, and unfortunately sometimes as a client they may be super religious, and we have to be okay with singing those songs. Like, we have to be okay, under obviously making it appropriate, of course. We have to be okay with we have to be in check with our own biases. And we're here to, fit your preferences.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, like Emily said, a lot of you know, she wasn't really into country. And then she'd like learn country songs for her clients. And then, I mean, that's like happened with me. Like I've, you know, with religion songs too. Like I've had to learn them for my clients. I'm like, wow, that's a really beautiful song, you know?
Yeah.
So
powerful.
I mean, even
so powerful.
I wasn't in this group, but I remember at NAS, like some other people's clinicals dealt with like rock. Like there was one guy who loved rock, so they were learning like AC/DC, Metallica, and like as a student learning those songs, that's hard.
yeah.
So
that is,
you gotta be up for the challenge.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm trying to remember if there was any other points we wanted. This was a very like a chat with us about a topic.
Yeah.
I don't know if my hair is falling again.
But if you go listen to part 1, if you haven't, this episode will make more sense. So
just music impactful.
Yeah.
There's always music around, and that's why we can do so much.
I mean, music is universal, you know.
That's the word I was
and so it can spread across cultures, across countries, across languages. Jinx
again.
Our mental secret.
Oh,
get out of my
goodness.
I need a sandwich already.
So, I mean, I guess that's kind of all we have for you for today. It's a bit of a shorter one, but if you're liking what we're doing, follow us, rate us, subscribe. If you like our new setup, tell us about it.
We're here.
Comment, you know, engage with us. We want to like get to know our listeners. So, come chat with us. Go follow us over on Instagram. We do a lot of fun content over there. A lot of silliness over on Instagram.
And I think she's putting us to work after this, maybe. Oh no.
Yeah, you can find our link tree to all of our social media, YouTube, podcast pages in the show notes or the description of the video below. And join us in 2 weeks for a new episode. Yay! All right. So bye.